Hey everyone, this is your favorite realtor Norm, and more about the neighborhood series. We're doing it by zip code, and today I wanted to share just a little bit about what is zip code 22202, what neighborhoods are there, what's life like there, and let's jump into it. So, just more about Arlington. We border Washington, D.C. This zip code is right on the edge of Arlington. You can see the Potomac River here. This is Washington, D.C. to the north. And then outlined in red is the boundary of the zip code. So much is happening right here. There's a ton of commercial space. There's also military space. Check this out. You got the Pentagon right here. This is Arlington National Cemetery that's right here. And then commercial space. In this commercial space, there's just a lot to talk about. I'm looking forward to getting into it. So the other piece here, the airport. This is Reagan National Airport. It used to just be called National Airport, but it's super convenient to have access to this. I will get into that. So Crystal City, this whole area is known as Crystal City. It wasn't always this built up. There's been a lot of growth here. So much growth has occurred even in just the last, say, 2 years. So back in the day, this would have been much more sleepier. None of the high-rise buildings, and you would have seen even a drive-in movie theater here. The area here, you can see we've got commercial off this direction, and then this is all detached housing that's here. And you can see all of the green space that's around, including things like Fort Scott Park and just more green space. So I wanted to share with you a little bit. This area is how it got its name. Originally, when there wasn't that much here, a developer came in and his last name was Smith. He built so many of these buildings here and kind of wanted to give the area a different name, just a different feel than maybe what it had before. And he put a crystal chandelier in one of his very first buildings. And so that became kind of like something people talked about. And then other buildings that came online after also took the crystal name. So you'll hear things like Crystal Plaza, Crystal Towers, Crystal Gateway. This road right here was called Crystal Drive. So that's where that goes to, you'll hear that a lot. Or that's the origin of the story. You know, I've also heard that airline pilots that were flying into the area way back when would get sun reflections from all of the the windows here in Crystal City, and airline pilots began to call this area Crystal City. So take that for what you want. So what's daily life like if you're living in this area? Well, first of all, it can be idyllic because there are over 400 restaurants here, and you could try a new place each night of the year and still not hit them all. The other thing you can do is you can walk, from your apartment building or your condo building, or you could walk from your neighborhood and you just walk over here to the airport when you feel like taking a vacation. So ready to leave town, lock your door, and walk over to the airport. So we're talking about that. What businesses are here? Well, because of its proximity to DC, the very first thing that happened is lots of headquarters started coming to this area. And I'm talking about big businesses like Boeing, Lidl grocery store, Lyft, the American Diabetes Association. There's areas known for lots of associations. And I really buried the lead because something that was announced a couple years ago was that Amazon's HQ2 was coming here to Arlington. And what that really means is lots of jobs, lots of growth, lots of opportunity for this area. They're even building a special and unique building right here in this location. So what else, if you live here and you don't want to use a car, what are your options? Let me tell you, this whole area is connected. It's got metro rail. That's the metro for the local area. This is the blue and yellow lines. There's commuter rail. There's bus, ride share. There's even opportunities to connect via Amtrak right here. And of course, then you've got the airport that's right here. One of my other favorite things about this area is access to the GW Parkway. This is a little bit different than, it's just a fun drive. It's super scenic, and you could jump on right here via the airport, and then you're jumping down to Alexandria, or you might take it all the way back along the Potomac for a fun drive. All right. So what else is going on right here if that's not enough? Well, one of the things I wanted to share with you is there are multiple neighborhoods right here. You've got your Pentagon City, you've got Crystal City, and then back to down to the south, you've got Potomac Yard. What is happening in Potomac Yard is they just built a brand new metro stop that's right here. The other thing that happened that I really want to share with you about is Virginia Tech is currently building a huge campus, a huge presence right here. And what they're doing is it's a joint venture, really a partnership with the Commonwealth of Virginia, where they're creating something called Innovation Campus in Arlington. It's a hub for technology, and the innovation will offer graduate level programs that really are going to drive the economic development for this region and solidifying Arlington, Northern Virginia as a whole, as a tech hub. And so that's something that's happening here, if you can believe it. The other thing that I wanted to share with you before we part is one of the things, because of all the tech that's happening here, Arlington is making sure this city, Crystal City, is going to be a 5G smart city. It'll be the first one of its kind in the US. It's really ambitious. It involves extensive infrastructure. It's also integrating really advanced technologies where the faster internet will allow to transform this the urban living experiences, driverless cars, the whole Internet of Things applications. There'll be potential benefits for residents, businesses, tons of opportunity for economic growth. And again, this is all in Arlington, Virginia, Crystal City, 22202. And any questions about moving in or out of the area, or you want me to profile your area next, call Norm.